Good morning. Good morning. I'd like to welcome everyone to Hope Unitarian Church. It's great to see everyone on top of the hill today. I'm Reverend Justin McCreary. I'm excited you're here with us this morning. If you're new to this faith, one of the things I always like to say is we're covenantal, we're not creedal. This means something very simple and can be summed up with words attributed to David Faring, that you need not think alike to love alike. Love is the power that holds us together and is at the center of our shared values. Being rooted in love, we believe that all human beings should be treated with dignity and respect. On this hill, we seek hope, love, justice together in community. And whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are in your spiritual journey, whatever your circumstances of life, you are welcome here. At this time, you might notice that we're having an intergenerational service. Hey, everyone. Y'all doing okay over there? And I would invite everybody to rise in body or spirit as you feel so called and sing our hymn of welcome. It is our tradition to light a chalice at the beginning of each service, and we say these words together. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning, in celebration of the life that we share together. You may be seated. The invocation this morning is by Kalidasa. Look to this day, for its life, the very life of life. It's brief, of course. Lie all the verities and realities of your existence, the bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of achievement are but experiences of time. For yesterday is but a dream and tomorrow is only a vision. And today, well lived, makes yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day, such is the salutation to the ever-new dawn. And let's read our covenant together. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth in love, and to help one another. Our hymn this morning, our first hymn, and I will invite you to rise in body or spirit, is O Come, Emmanuel. It's hymn number 225. In our gray hymnal, and I invite you to rise in body or spirit as you feel so called.
Jesus. morning.
Good morning.
I know you all are jealous. My name is James Donovan. I have a few announcements for you this morning. If you really want to know what's going on here at Hope, you need to receive our weekly highlights announcements in your email, and then our monthly focus newsletter. And if you're not receiving those, you need to send an email message to hopeuu@hopeuu.org, and you'll get more details about some of the things I'm going to tell you about here. First thing, I should probably just tell you about this fabulous hat I'm wearing. You probably saw the crocheted things out there in our fellowship hall, and our Boy Scout troop number 970 is selling these items. They were created, there's Lou back there with the troop. Her 88-year-old mom has made these things, which makes them even more special. And you can buy a hat like this for $20, which I think is a really great bargain, and the money goes to the Boy Scout troop. Starting January 9th, our minister, Reverend Justin McCreary, is going to lead what we call a Roots class. It's a 3-session series, and you can learn all about Unitarian Universalism. Even if you've been a member of Hope for a while, you'll probably learn some good stuff that you didn't know. And so I highly recommend it. Look for those details in the highlights and focus. And then finally, thanks to all of those of you, including the Boy Scouts, who showed up yesterday to help spiffy up our gardens and grounds here at Hope. I hear there was a really good turnout. I wasn't here, but thanks everybody, and thanks to the Boy Scouts. Oh, two more things. Oh, I have two more. Yeah, Justin has an announcement. I want to remind you that we have our candlelight Christmas Eve service at 6 p.m. this Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Show up, and we'll have the usual cookies and stuff afterwards. Also, next Sunday, we're going to have a fairly new tradition here, a burning bowl service where you come up and you burn a little piece of paper. Anything bad habits, thoughts, things that you want to put behind you at the end of this year. Okay, Justin, go ahead.
Hi, I'm David Tracy. I'm the president of the congregation for this year, and I have the privilege of welcoming a new staff member and introducing her to the congregation. We have a new director of religious education, children and youth religious education. Her name is Nia Stokes, and she comes to us from Cree Oaks Health Services as well as Jenks Public Schools, where she coordinated youth programs, after-school programs and such. Nia, come on up and introduce yourself. Now, it's important for everybody to wear their name tags because she has a lot of names to learn. Yes. I don't know if you have anything you'd like to say, but you're welcome to do so. You don't have to.
I just wanted to thank everyone for welcoming me. I really appreciate it, and I'm really excited about this opportunity of what we can all do together to intertwine children within the services, because I think that's really important.
Thank you.
And I really want to thank all the volunteers that have helped us get through this time. I want to especially thank Diane, Rebecca, and Vanessa, because you were part of the team that did the search for the DRE, and that is a very difficult position to lead that search with everyone asking regularly, when's it going to happen, when's it going to happen, when's it going to happen. So if you three would stand up, I'd appreciate it. Let's give them a hand. Thank you. Before I offer the meditation, can everyone hear okay? I can't always tell if everything's projecting right. Good, I just wanted to double check. This is called The Miracle in the Mundane by Kyle Johnson. O Spirit that moves in all things, great mystery whose reach spans beyond the cold, distant edges of our universe, and yet is present with the vast subatomic emptiness, coursing through every fiber and every being, or every breath of our being, and through being itself. Help us to see the miracle in the mundane, to see the crystal stars, the shape-shifting clouds, the patient trees, to see each other through fresh eyes. For it's so easy to forget what we truly are and what we truly have been given. And as we move through our lives, let us remember to see through the mundane to the miracle beneath, and to perceive that the common substance that gives birth to our mirrored forms, that mystery that spans beyond the edges of the universe and yet infuses our next breath. And let this foundational awareness guide us in our paths as we work towards peace and fight for justice, while always informed by a spirit of compassion. May it be so. Amen, and blessed be. So I always want to do something special when it comes around this time of the holiday. And this year, I was working on 2 services for this week. I thought we would have some fun with one service, and we would invite the kids, and I would just read this story, and I would let this story speak for itself.
Oh, you're not saying that story again, are you?
We don't just have walk-ups.
But the story's about me, right? It's about me, so I get to tell it with you.
We're going to work on that audio.
Hi, everybody.
Well, I guess if you're going to be here, we might as well read the story together. Do you have your book?
I do have my book.
Oh, well. So if the Grinch is going to be here, we might as well let the Grinch help us tell the story. So, Grinch, how about this? I'll take the first page and you take the second page, and we'll alternate from there. Does that sound okay?
Well, if you think it's okay, yeah, I think it's okay too.
All right. Here we go, everyone. This is How the Grinch Stole Christmas, or Service. Thank you. How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot.
Oh, but the Grinch who lived north of Whoville did not. The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why. I know. No one knows quite the reason. It could be that his head was screwed on too tight. It could be perhaps his shoes were too tight. But I think that the most likely reason of all is that his heart was 2 sizes too small.
But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve hating the Whos, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchly frown at the warm lighted windows below in their town, for he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a mistletoe wreath.
And they are hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas. It's practically here. And he growled with the Grinchy finger, nervously drumming, I must stop some way to stop Christmas from coming. For tomorrow, he knew,
all the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early. They'd rush for their toys, and then, oh, the noise, 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 noise. That's one thing he hated. The noise, 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 noise.
oh, and then the Who's, young and old, would sit down to feast. And that feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast, 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 feast. They would feast on Who pudding and rare roasted beast, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least.
And then they'd do something he liked least of all. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing, and they'd stand hand in hand, and Whos would start singing.
And they'd sing, and they'd sing, and they'd sing, 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 sing. And the more the Grinch thought of those Who's Christmas singing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop the whole thing. Why, for 53 years I've put up with it now. I must stop Christmas from coming. But how?
Take it away, Christy.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Fahu forest of Udores, welcome Christmas, come this way. Fahu forest of Udores, welcome Christmas, Christmas Day. Welcome, welcome, Fahu Ramus. Welcome, welcome, Damu, Damus. Christmas Day is in our grasp, so long as we have hands to clasp. Fahu forest of Udores, welcome Christmas, come this way. Fahu forest of Udores, welcome Christmas, Christmas Day. Welcome Christmas, Christmas Day.
Then he got an idea, an awful idea. the Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea.
I just knew what to do. The Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick Santa costume with a hat and a coat. And he crickled and clacked. What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look just like Saint Nick.
All I need is a reindeer, the Grinch looked around. But since reindeer are scarce, there are none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No, the Grinch simply said. If I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he called his dog Max, then he took some red thread and tied a big horn to the top of his head.
Then he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks and on a ramshackle sleigh, and he hitched up old Max.
Then the Grinch said, "Giddy up!" And the sleighs started down toward the homes where the Who's lay a snooze in their town.
All their windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air. All the Who's were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square, this stopped number one, the old Grinchy cause hissed. And he climbed to the roof, empty bag in his fist.
All right, Christy, take it away.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You're really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel. You know you're a foul one, Mr. Grinch. You're a nasty, nasty skunk. Your heart is full of unwashed socks. Your soul is full of gunk, Mr. Grinch.
The three words that best describe you are as follows, and I quote,
Stink, stank, stunk. You're a mean one, Grinch. A very mean one, Grinch. The meanest I've seen, one Grinch.
Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch. But if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out the fireplace flue, where the little Who's stockings all hung in a row. These stockings, he grinned, are the first thing to go.
He slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant. Around the whole room he took every present. Pop guns and bicycles and roller skates and drums. Checkerboards and tricycles and popcorns and plums. And he stuffed them in a bag. That Grinchy very nimbly stuffed all the bags, one by one, up the chimney.
Then he slunk to the icebox and took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding and he took the roast beast. He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash. Why, the Grinch even took their last can of Who hash.
No one should take the last can of Who hash. Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee. And now he grinned, the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree.
Then the Grinch grabbed the tree and he started to shove when he heard a small sound like the coo of a dove. He turned around fast and he saw a small Who, little Cindy Lou who was not more than 2.
The Grinch had been caught by the tiniest of Who's, who'd got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said, Santa Claus, why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?
But you know that old Grinch was so smart and so slick, he thought up a lie and he thought it up quick. Why, my little sweet tot, the fake Santa Claus lied. There's a light on this tree that won't light on one side. So I'm taking it home to my workshop, my dear. I'll fix it up there, then I'll bring it back here.
Ah, and this fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head, and he got her a drink, and he sent her to bed. And then when Cindy Lou went to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree right up.
Then the last thing he took was the log for the fire. Then he went up the chimney, himself the old liar. On the walls he left nothing but hooks and some wire.
And the only spark of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse.
Then he did the same thing to the other whose houses,
leaving crumbs much too small for other whose mouses.
It was 15:15 dawn, and the who's still in bed, all the who's still a snooze, when he packed up his sled. Packed up with their presents, the ribbons, the wrappings, and tags and tinsel, and trimmings and trappings.
3,000 feet up the side of Mount Crimbit, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it. Po, po to the who's, he grinchily grish hummed. They are finding out now no Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or then the who's down in Whoville will cry out, boo-hoo.
That's a noise, grinned the Grinch, that I simply must hear. So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low, then it started to grow. Christy?
Shooby-doo-wop-bop-bop, shoo-doo-wop. Shooby-doo-wop-bop-bop, shoo-doo-wop. Shooby-doo-wop-bop-bop, shoo-doo-wop. Shooby-doo-wop, shoo-wop. I got a Christmas tree, I got the memories, I got the box of decorations.
I got the tinsel strung, the mistletoe's been hung. I got the spiritual celebration.
I got the lights down low, the skies are dreaming snow. I got the Yuletide burning bright, and by the Christmas tree,
I got you here with me.
I got the perfect Christmas night. Shooby-doo-wop-bop-bop, shoo-doo-wop. Shooby-doo-wop-bop-bop, shoo-doo-wop. Shooby-doo-wop-bop-bop, shoo-doo-wop. Shooby-doo-bop, shoo-wop. I got a box of dreams with all the Christmas themes, but tonight I won't be sleeping.
I've got Bing Crosby on, and all my troubles gone. With the spirit I've been keeping.
I got the presents wrapped, I got the boxes stacked, I put the long-nosed Christmas lights all around that tree,
Like it all should be.
I got the perfect Christmas night. Shooby-doo-wop-bop, and by the Christmas tree, I got you here with me. I got the perfect Christmas night. The perfect Christmas night.
Thank you, choir. Let's give him a hand.
But that sound wasn't sad. Why, that sound was merry. It couldn't be so. But it was merry very. He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch's eyes popped out. He looked shocked. What he saw was shocking surprise.
Every who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing without any presents at all.
He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came. Somehow or other, it came just the same.
And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without tags. It came without packages, boxes, and bags. That he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. And then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more.
Much more. And what happened then? Well, in Whoville they say the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light, and he brought back the toys and the food for the feast, and he
himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast. Thank you. Grinch, come here for a second. Let's give the Grinch a hand, everybody. Yeah, the Grinch has agreed to stick around for photos after church, but he's got to attend to some stuff right now.
I'll be right back.
So this brings us to a point in the service when we're going to take up our collection. It's our tradition at Hope Unitarian Church to have a generosity recipient. We're going to let the youth just wander on out for a second. You guys stay out of trouble. Someone said no. So if you would like, our generosity recipient for the month of December is Life Senior Services. If you would like to donate to Life Senior Services, we would invite you to write a check and put generosity in the recipient line. Any checks that aren't marked with that go towards your pledge or towards the operating fund. And if you would like to donate, all cash donations go to the generosity recipient. But if you're using the cash to pay a pledge, please put it in the envelopes provided. At this time, I would invite you, especially for this season, especially for this church, and especially for everybody who the message of Unitarian Universalism reaches, please give, thinking of hope in the building of the life in the world for the future. We build on foundations we did not lay. We warm ourselves at fires we did not light. We sit in the shade of trees we did not plant. We drink from wells we did not dig. We profit from persons we did not know. We are ever bound in community. Our final hymn for today will be number 231. That's hymn number 231, Angels We Have Heard on High. So I invite you to rise and body your spirit as you feel so called.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why these songs of happy cheer? What great brightness did you see? What glad tidings did you hear? Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. See him in the manger laid, whom the angels praise above. Mary, Joseph, when you reign, while we raise our hearts in love. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Let's extinguish the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling. How could it be so? It came without ribbons. It came without rags or tags. It came without packages, boxes, or bags. And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he didn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a little bit more. Go in peace.
We have spent time together, and these holy moments give us strength to go down the winding road until we meet
Christmas Eve.
To show my granddaughter.